What is happening? J Gamer Dude here, and I'm going to be talking about everything that was announced at the Summer Game Fest of 2024. This 2-hour long show that just happened earlier today, or at least a few hours before, I recorded this video. So this is actually going to be the first time in a long time, or if ever, that I've actually put a second video out on the same day. So with that being said, my views have actually gone off a cliff since the 1st of June. So if you'd like the sort of thing, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, because that's how everything that is done kind of pushes things out to YouTube to say, hey, can you recommend this video to other people? So with all of that being said and done, let's jump into what was announced from the beginning. So first and foremost, we got Lego Horizon Adventures, which is pretty much the most entertaining I think I've ever seen a Horizon game ever. The biggest surprise about this particular announcement is the fact that Aloy actually has a personality, and secondly, it's coming to PlayStation, PC, and more surprisingly, Nintendo Switch, which is insane to think about. I personally have never been a fan of Horizon ever, but now I think I might be if Lego Horizon Adventures is anything to go by, so I will absolutely be trying that out when that game drops. So it's coming to PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. I guess I didn't really mention that. Next on the list, we have Quidditch Champions, which launches later this year and is also going to be launching on PlayStation Plus on September 3rd this year. So we've known that this has been coming out for a while, but we never really heard much news about it, especially during the time in which Hogwarts Legacy was actually huge and just selling gangbusters last year. So interesting to see that the Quidditch part, while it wasn't a part of Hogwarts Legacy, even though it would have been nice for it to have been there, its own game, interesting to say the least. Again, we haven't seen something like this since the PS1 days, but it is what it is. Let's keep moving because there is so much to talk about here. No Room in Hell 2, which is a sequel to No Room in Hell, which is, I think, came out in 2011-ish, I want to say. Roughly speaking, it's around that sort of time. First-person zombie shooter that's going to be in early access this Halloween. If you're into that type of thing, that's definitely something worth trying. One thing that makes this game super interesting, though, is the 8-player co-op. Co-op comes in many different shapes and forms, but in rare occasions I'll be honest, I don't think I ever remember seeing any game being 8-player co-op, so look forward to that as well. Next we have is Star Wars Outlaws. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really all that keen on Star Wars Outlaws, but that's just me. Again, if that's for you, look forward to it. It's going to be coming out. It is a Ubisoft game. Do keep those sorts of things in mind. It's still dropping August 30th, so, that's there too. Now, this one actually got me surprised because I didn't know about any of the leaks, and I will be talking about the leaks and its unfortunate arrival to the main space before it was even announced. Civilization 7 is coming in 2025, is going to be releasing on PC and consoles at the same time, which is something that hasn't really been done. So Firaxis is kind of going to, at least I genuinely hope this is going to be a good game. And Civ games are usually quite time consuming and probably the only barrier that really stops me from really getting into the franchise, so I may or may not be trying to get my hands on it. I'll have to see how 2025 goes because there's a lot of really good games, and a lot of the announcements here in Summer Game Fest are most of them are for the rest of the year that actually have dates. There are only just a few games that have that 2025 tag, but let's just keep on moving, keep the train rolling, and jump on to Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which is going to be releasing on PC via Steam, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on October 11th of this year. I don't know if a date was announced before this, so honestly, that's probably the best thing that we've got. It does say here official release date trailer, so I think it might be fair to say Sparking Zero did in fact not actually have a date until now, so excellent to see that we have dates on everything, and kind of something that I wish other presentations did take on board is that when you give out trailers, if you can, try to get as solid a date as possible. Yes, things can be pushed, but ideally you want to give people some breathing room to see when things are going to come out, ideally. Now, this one I would have been excited for if only PlayStation didn't give up on PSVR, but you know, it is what it is. Batman Arkham Shadow is going to be coming to MetaQuest 3 as an exclusive Batman Arkham game. Yeah, there is very little that was actually shown of this, so it's kind of unfortunate. There are some Easter eggs in there, but again, I'm not really much of a Batman fan myself, so I wouldn't have been able to tell you that. Main villain is going to be the rat dude whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, worth keeping all of that in mind. Hopefully, if you're a Batman fan, you are going to be looking forward to this. Not really my cup of tea, but hopefully it is yours. Street Fighter 6. This one hurt me. Because I thought for a second we were going to get some sort of like Fatal Fury game, an SNK game or something like that, when I saw some of the characters like Mai and all of that, only to realize, oh, Fatal Fury characters are coming to Street Fighter 6 as part of Year 2 DLC. That hurt me a little bit, but it is what it is. Characters like Terry and Mai are going to be jumping in alongside M. Bison and Elena throughout the year, and is going to be coming out in I guess sort of like a second year season pass sort of thing. But yeah, look forward to that. I'm not too sure where I'm going to be with that. Now this one is interesting. This has got me scratching my head, but also I'm very excited. Blumhouse Games unveils a bunch of games, a few games actually, stuff like Crystal Theater of Idols, Fear the Spotlight, which is I think the first one that's coming out, and a few other games. So let's actually have a quick look at this, because they entered the game business to make more horror games, and it's like they said, horror comes in so many different sort of shapes and forms for different types of people, so hopefully there's something cool in there. Blumhouse Games, the announced from teams like Eyes Out, Half Mermaid, no, that's the name of the teams, pretty much. Okay, here we go. So Grave Seasons, Sleep Awake, Crystal Theater of Idols. Yeah, okay, it doesn't really name all of them. Damn it, I should have actually written them down. But pretty much, I think it's about 4 or 5 games from different developers that are going to be coming out under the Blumhouse Games sort of banner. So they're going to be horror games. Look forward to them. I'm actually very excited for a lot of these games. Do check out the actual trailer for it, because it actually is very exciting. Now, what is absolutely more insane, though, is Power Rangers Reader's Rewind, which is kind of like an old school style beat 'em up where you've got like different mini games in between, like for example, a on-rail shooter in between levels and things like that of beat 'em ups. I forgot who the developer was. That's what really gave it away. That like it's going to be a very quality game. Crap, I can't remember off the top of my head, but this looks absolutely incredible. The theme song being played was one of the better renditions that you could probably ever listen to, if I'm being completely honest, and it's going to be insane. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am very much looking forward to this, very excited. But yeah, Mecha Break was announced now for any mecha fans out there. This is more of a multiplayer mecha game, but yeah, beta test is going to be in August, and it showed off a little bit of gameplay, especially the maneuverability of the mechs and things like that. So if you are a fan of stuff like the mix of Metal Gear Gundam or Armored Core, this may be up your alley and things along those lines. Do I say mix of Metal Gear? There is very few, so I guess more like Gundam, Armored Core, and things like that. Or hell, if you're in Japan and you used to play Border Break, then maybe this might also be up your alley as well. Now, this is kind of where we're starting to get into a bit of a lull in the actual Summer Game Fest, but The First Descendant gets a July release date, which is a free-to-play sci-fi looter shooter. It's going to be releasing on July 2nd on Steam, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X, which is going to be interesting to see. Gameplay looks alright. I might try it out if the actual if the trophies are relatively easy, then I might jump in and have a play with it. But there's also another game that I'm going to be thinking about the exact same way that's a little later on. All right, now this was actually a bloody incredible trailer, and this is how you do trailers. So this and what Blumhouse did are how you do trailers. Alan Wake 2 Night Springs DLC is out tomorrow, well, he said it's out in less than 24 hours. A surprise reveal of like characters from other Remedy properties, like Jesse from Control, and the Doctor dude from the game that was exclusive to Xbox that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head immediately. There's going to be a bunch of just really interesting characters, mixture of gameplay, and it just seems genuinely insane the way in which it was presented to keep people excited. The DLC is going to be in 3 episodes, and so that's just how it's going to be. It is going to be out, again, while this is out tomorrow, in less than 24 hours, you really could just toss it up either way. So yeah, do be excited for this. I really need to play, like, this trailer made me excited to play Alan Wake, that I should do, because I haven't actually played it yet. So I have the game, haven't played it, but now I'm excited to because of this goddamn trailer. Probably the most disappointing part of the whole presentation was Skate, which featured Tim Robinson and some console playtesting. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping we would get a release and things like that, because we know that Skate has been, or the news of Skate coming out at some point was going to happen. I am personally very excited for Skate, and I do want to jump in and play it, but come on, man. Making it free to play was probably a mistake, maybe, because I feel like it's just going to lean too heavy on microtransactions and other things, but that's just kind of like what I would like. I would rather have my fingers on the sticks and actually play the game, if you know what I mean. But with that being said, I am going to be trying to get onto the playtest if at all possible. I don't know if it's a closed beta or something. Oh, it's okay. It's in pre-alpha, so it's still very much early on. So it's too damn early, pretty much. But yeah, hopefully we see and hear more later on in the future. Hopefully it'll be a solid skateboard title, since Activision has kind of given up on Tony Hawk as a whole, from what it seems like. With that being said, though, the other game that I would say I'm probably not all that excited for, but I'm willing to try if the trophies are going to be easy, is that Valorant is coming to consoles. Yes, it's coming to PS5, Xbox Series S and X, and is a huge move, because I don't think that any of Riot's games are on console besides the Riot Forge titles. Riot's biggest games are League of Legends and Valorant. Those 2 games are not on consoles. Valorant is coming. There may be a chance League might also appear. We don't know. But with that being said, again, cool. I will only jump into it if the actual platinum or the trophies are relatively easy. Even if they're time consuming, I don't mind, but as long as they're relatively easy, that's all I really care about. Their cosmetics cost way too much. I feel like I'm going to pull apart more of their nitpicks than say anything positive. So again, we're just going to keep moving forward with that. Now, this one was genuinely a fascinating thing. So Among Us, we get a clip of the actual, show itself, but also they revealed, so Inner Sloth, the developers of Among Us, actually revealed Outer Sloth, where they are effectively, how the heck do I even describe this? So effectively, it's to help indie developers, give them a hand through not really publishing, but like getting the names out. Maybe they are actually making it more of like a publishing label, I suppose, where they work with indie developers in order to get their games to market and things along those lines. So it does feel like very much a publisher relationship, similar to like what Donkey's doing with his video game label, effectively. So I feel like Outer Sloth could be considered exactly that. So that is actually a really, really cool thing that I feel like they're doing at the moment. Moving on from that, though, we get a Dune Awakening story trailer, and effectively it's going to be coming to PC via Steam, PS5, and Xbox Series S and X. Now, I feel like there has actually been a good amount of testing going on in the PC space especially, so it's good to see some actual confirmation that it is in fact also coming to consoles. In saying that, I think I might also be confusing that with Dune Spice Wars, but I could be confusing the two. But yeah, look forward to that. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 gives us it's not okay, so it is a gameplay trailer, but there is some amount of that sort of quirky British humor that I absolutely bloody love. So it's good to see some of that, and honestly, that's got me excited to actually play the first one because I never actually did that myself. It is coming out 2024. Be excited. PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X later this year. Cool. Slid ahead. Now the gameplay has been revealed for this game that I've been extremely excited for, and I thought it was going to be like a Silent Hill or a Siren game, or those older sort of horror games effectively. No, in fact, it is a shooter, sort of, not really type of game. I'm still not quite sure about it, but there was a lot more combat than I expected. Disgusting looking monstrosities that look absolutely cool as hell. I am quite excited. Yes, it looks incredibly jank, double A to the nose. That looks like it belongs on the PS2, if not PS3 era, but that's the kind of games I feel like we need more of now than ever before. I am so damn excited for this game. November 8th, 2024. Let's freaking go, people. Alright, moving on from that. Delta Force Hawk Ops, which had a cool animated trailer and then revealed that it was an RTS, in which I then promptly facepalmed and walked away from my laptop as I was watching the presentation live. So yeah, it's an RTS. Look forward to it if that is your deal. It isn't mine. And it's going to be a PC alpha test next month. In saying that, something that, if you've been wanting a Conker game or something else like that, good news, you have a replacement. Killer Bean drops in early access this summer. Yeah. So this is a meme from a while ago that is now taking the form of an actual video game this time. And it sounds like a mod gone wrong, but honestly, the trailer was so entertaining. I'm actually quite excited to see where this game is going to go. So I've certainly got my eyes on it moving forward. Next we have is Wonderstop, which feels like a cozy game with dark undertones, made by the same guys that made Stanley Parable, which is quite interesting. Oh, well, Stanley Parable creator David Redden, to say the least. And so I feel like maybe he could quite easily make a game that would actually mess with you in the best possible way, whether it be in a light and fluffy way like Stanley Parable was in terms of its in-jokey cleverness, but it seems like it's going more of a darker thing with Wonderstop. Moving on from that, New World is coming to consoles, and also Eternum is that like an expansion? I actually don't know. It's an upgraded version of the already existing New World. Okay, so an upgraded version is coming to PC, and consoles is also now going to get New World as well. October 15th, 2024. Look forward to that. Again, October, November seems to be a pretty hot zone for game releases at the moment, from what I can see. And I mean, earlier on, even August is also now getting game releases as well. And they will also support crossplay between platforms. Palworld gets a new island in the form of Sakurajima, which is the name of an actual island in Japan, by the way. Well, it's an actual location, not necessarily an island, even though Jima actually comes from Shima, which means island, because of the kanji that is used, but I digress. That is going to be dropping along, so new location, along with more pals, a new raid, new island, obviously Sakurajima, a higher level cap, and more. And that is coming June 27th. I was really hoping that, this game was going to drop on PlayStation, but I guess not. And also dedicated service for Xbox. So, again, have fun with that. Monster Hunter Wilds, very excited for this game I am. And I feel like you don't really need to show this game off anymore. The fact that we know that it exists, we know what we're going to get ourselves into. All we need is for that release date to drop. We wait for the release date, we buy the game, and we start playing. Monster Hunter is very much self-explanatory for any Monster Hunter fan. If you are not a Monster Hunter fan, but you feel like giving it a try, play Monster Hunter World and then get a feel for like whether or not you like it. And if you like it, look forward to Wilds, because it is going to be a great time. So yeah, again, dropping on PC via Steam, PS5, Xbox Series S and X in 2025. That is kind of all we know about at the moment in terms of release date and anything else. Next is Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess. It is a July release, specifically on July 19th, dropping on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X. And I'm still not too sure if I'm actually into this game. Also, it'll drop for Game Pass as well on day one. So that's a questionable decision to say the least, but sure, let's go with it. I am not too sure if I'm actually into this game. I'm probably gonna wait and see what the gameplay looks like when it drops, and then maybe buy it after the fact. And then the final game that was shown off was Phantom Blade Zero, which looks incredibly entertaining and has got demos running in different shows that are going to be happening throughout, whether it be Tokyo TGS for the Tokyo Game Show, during Summer Game Fest, and also other places as well. So do look forward to that, like China Joy, Gamescom, and TGS. Yeah, so those places. So if you're in China, in Germany, or in Japan, you will be able to, at least to some extent, be able to play this game, a demo of it, and get excited for whether or not it's a game for you. It looks super cool. I'm looking forward to it, but I can't say that I'm jumping up and down on my seat being like, this is where things are going to be for me, at least excitement wise. So that was kind of everything that was announced at the Summer Game Fest. I did use the IGN article to kind of, because they did a pretty good job of actually putting everything together in a single page. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the whole presentation in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I mean, with 200 subs by the, well, actually I've already hit 200 subs, so I'm going to aim for 300 subs by the end of the year. And with all that said and done, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.